the opportunity to talk on financial resources dependent on national security. So we are 17 at the moment of our national security problem. And I will tell you how.
The organization has. So we're talking about how the board behaves, or in some cases, how they misbehave, because that also happens, rather than the tax they do.
Very rare environment that I know.
I tell you, I've secured the name and content. Hello, dear professional colleagues, students, friends, and our outer publics to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN. I welcome you to this special edition of ICAN on Air program, made exceptionally special to alter our earlier announced offering for today to guest the 57th president of Harvard Institute. And amazing, who shattered the glass ceiling to reposition and refurbish our reinvigorated icon of charter, new chapter rebrand. Mrs. Comfort Olu Eyitayo, MNI FCA, guests with us on this program today to review her scorecard. Oh yes, her scorecard of salient leadership of ICAN, as her glorious tenure winds to a close by about from tomorrow, May 27, 2022. A beauty plus brain and bronze, which is very uncommon in our climb. As a communicator, I like to delineate that. I didn't make a mistake in my description. I said a beauty plus brains and bronze, uncommon in our climb. Her academic, professional, family, and extracurricular achievements may take a whole segment of a full program. So let me stop here for now and ask you to wait. Take a listen to this leader of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We will unveil her very shortly in flesh and blood. In fact, she's on one of the normal errands that we normally send our samurais, our chief executives. Now, so please stay connected to this visionary and executioner of our ICAN on Air programs, which is batting 234 days ago since inception today. We shall be back with her for you very shortly. Please don't go away. Okay, if my back end people are with us, I will just go ahead and see how I can welcome Mrs. Comfort Olu Eyitayo to ICAN on Air program. We'll wait for a little while. Please bear with us. Okay, while we will be waiting to get Mrs. Comfort Olu Eyitayo, MNI FCA on board. Like I said, she is en route, in fact, right there on the road. And we're going to get her as soon, around 234 days ago today. Yeah, you are most welcome. Thank God I got my beauty plus brain at long last. Welcome on board ICAN on Air, Mrs. Comfort Olu Eyitayo, MNIFCA.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fatunke. Thanks for all those kind words.
They are kind and they are end,
Good
my
evening,
president.
everybody.
They are kind and end. I'm going to start
Thank
very,
you.
very quickly, madam. I'd like to start by asking you what inspired you to start this ICAN on Air initiative, briefly.
Well, ICAN on Air is another platform for information dissemination and part of the mantra for this presidential year is to make ICAN great again through visible impact. Is
Hmm,
part of what we feel can project our great institute as well as adding value to the general public, which in a way is part of our way of contributing to the growth of the nation because of the germane topics that we discuss with subject matter experts that everybody, both our members and the general public, can benefit from. So we believe that having this opportunity to give the facts about issues going on in the economy and the one that borders on the profession will be doing
hmm,
justice to part of our mandate, that is acting in the public interest.
hmm. Fantastic, madam. And what is the nature of the feedback that you have been getting uh, in the past 234 days? We air 2 times a week. What has been the nature of the feedback that you've been receiving from stakeholders to this initiative?
It's been commendation galore both from members and the general public, and that has actually been encouraging. It has made us believe that we are on the right path as an institute, because if you are doing something that people do not cherish or believe they are getting value from, then you probably think you are not on the right path. And the commendations
Hmm.
received so far and we still keep getting, and people are saying this should have happened years before, it shows we're on the right path, and I'm grateful for that.
Fantastic. I must therefore now go into a meat of the matter, as we say. I, personally, as a member of the Institute, putting my ears to the ground, have had commentators describe this, your presidential year, as unprecedented and activity driven in the recent history of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Let me be the first to say congratulations on air. Please give us an insight into some of your signature projects.
Thank you very much, our dear anchor. I don't know where to start, but let me start from the very beginning. Like I said, the intention for this presidential year is to make ICAN great again through visible impact. ICAN was great, ICAN is great, and ICAN will be greater. We, at the very beginning, we had a survey done to make sure that we know what our members want, that is, in a way, filling their purse, and also looking at what other things that we could do in addition to what we have been doing before that will make things better for our great institute. And that is what made us to embark on series of projects. And all these projects, to the glory of God, as enumerated in my acceptance speech on June 1st, 2021, has been achieved. They have been delivered, and I'm glad that is the story today. Of the Institute's image, we had a logo that has served us for over 56 years. It has served us very well. The logo has been identified with us everywhere, but it became the time for us to change that logo in line with dynamism in the marketplace and what is trending in other professional organizations. So we changed the logo to a bright and bold and beautiful one, which is putting us as a dynamic institute and further enhancing our image because we are not static. After the logo was the birth of this novel ICAN on Air, which is our own online television program that has drawn accolade everywhere. As part of the image making, we plan to give a facelift to all the three major locations, operational locations for the institute. We have other offices, of course, but we have three major ones, i.e. the head office in Victoria Island in Taylor. We also have our annex at Ebusemeta, and we have our Kitola Williams House in Abuja. Those are major offices where operations of ICAN is being carried on today. To the glory of God, I can report to you that the head office facelift had been completed, and the plan for the Ebutemeta Annex and Abuja one has also been finalized, and those ones will take effect in the new dispensation coming from June. We have done that, and we have also improved our digital presence, both in the print media and the electronic. We've granted interviews on topical issues, and part of the digital presence is this ICAN on Air. We organized early in the presidential year, exactly 100 days in office, a program of outreach to our members in order to give them or keep them abreast of what we have done today, and to also solicit ideas and suggestions from them how best we can still serve them. That was done exactly 100 days in office. The program was tagged Time Out with the President, with ICAN President. That Time Out with ICAN President had all our members segmented into 6, using age brand for the older one, for the younger one, for those in practice, for those in industry, and those serving in the public sector. The essence of this, of course, is to be able to make sure that we domicile the concerns of each segment and address them properly, and take feedback from such engagement to see how we can better our offering and value add to our members. This we did successfully, and we're glad that we did this because it gave us a lot of insight on other things we could achieve, and we put that into plan to make sure that we give better service to our members. We also organized the International Accounting Day for the 2021 version. We organized it differently from what we used to do before. We just do a press release or paper insertion. But this time, in line with our mantra of making ICAN great again through visible impact, we had all our district societies. At that time, we had about 65. We had all of them simultaneously coming out in their various districts and environ, wearing T-shirt of ICAN to promote the image and showcasing, having write-up, having press conference on the day about the values that accountants bring to bear in nation building. Because times without number, people do not really know the worth of chartered accountant. And we set out to do this, like they say, if you have a trumpet, If you don't blow it, it either gets rusted or gets stolen. We have decided, I know it's by virtue of our training, we are conservative in nature, but we decided to make a difference this year to let people know, and perhaps those users of our services that do not know the extent on how we can best service them, we analyze and put all those things that we are capable of doing with ease, with skill. We put it out there for people to see. We granted a press conference, like I said, and at the national body, we also arrange quiz competition among schools for our profession, and we gave them scholarship. We gave the first, second, and third position winners scholarship. This is also part of contributing to the nation education ecosystem. We also had in 2021 the 51st annual accountant conference, which had been judged the best in recent years. Best in every aspect, in earnings, in participation, in the quality of papers discussed, and other dignitaries that came to felicitate with us. It's, in fact, that is one of what you refer to as shattering the glass ceiling. We broke all records known in the annals of our institute conferences. In addition to that, we had other zonal conferences. Our capacity building initiatives were delivered with more significantly improved methods and manner. We also celebrated International Women's Day. This year is the Breaking Bias ethos, and we believe that we need to break the bias. And that is why when you have a woman on the saddle, we had to do or go extra mile to prove ourselves, to make sure that we do not disappoint the opportunity given to us, if I can say that, and then prove that we are equal in terms of delivery of services with our peers. We engage a wide spectrum of stakeholders, and this includes visiting the nation's president. Our president, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. We also visited the Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON. We visited the Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari. We also visited many governors, members of National Assembly, heads of parastatals and MDAs, heads of accounting firms, traditional institution, tertiary institution, among many others. And our message is to showcase what our members are capable of doing, is also to pledge our commitment to nation building, to continue to serve our members and the general community, and to make sure that we at all times act in the public interest. We also had the welfare of our staff at hand. Promotions were given to those that are deserving, and we make sure that we make the necessary provision and enabling environment for them to support us in what we set out to do for the institute, which they are doing very well. In addition, we established this entrepreneurship initiative. Before now, we have entrepreneurship seminars and all, but we believe that we should go a step further by making sure that we give practical hands-on for people, because hitherto, people after seminars, they wonder what next. and some of them are not confident enough to go out there, to go and try their luck on what they have heard. Some may not even know the wherewithal. How do they start? Where do they start? So we decided that instead of just doing a talk show or talk shop, let us put the hands-on aspect, which is the practical aspect, into what we need to do to be able to empower our members and the general public. And to this extent, we constructed an entrepreneurship center, and we are lucky along the line of our crusade to seek collaboration. We're lucky to have partnership with BOI, Bank of Industry, that accepted to collaborate with us. We are grateful to them, and as we speak, we have just commissioned few days ago the ICAN BOI Innovation Plus, which is a tech hub, where technology hub, where our young ones can go and incubate ideas, transform the ideas into innovation, the innovation being hatched into products and services. And these are things that we need to do more of in Nigeria, instead of chasing the white collar job that are getting fewer by the days. And we believe the statistics out there of unemployment is not, our members are not immune from it. So we believe we will be doing a great assistance to our members to make sure that we expose them to various opportunities there is for them to get more skilled, get other sources of income. By virtue of our training, we are managers of resources, and we should therefore be able to create other streams of income, be able to create other businesses. And as consultants, even if you are not in the business of doing, that is, setting up a business, as a consultant, you must have the know-how, you must have the knowledge of what you will advise your client on. For instance, if your client is into a certain product and you do not have the idea of how that product can come to be, to make sure that you look at possible loopholes that can waste the resources and all that, that you can now advise your client how to block the loopholes, then you will not be seen to be efficient. These are many things that we do aside just drawing up a financial statement. We act in the advisory capacity. So we believe that embracing entrepreneurship skill is something that is good for all our members. It shouldn't be looked down upon like some people with that I would say not that knowledgeable. We think if you are a chartered accountant, why do you want to now start doing things that maybe a school start or school dropout would do? But let's even assume that you are doing the same trade, you are doing the same business with this so-called school start or something. The accountant in you, the training, the skill that you have obtained is going to make you to do it differently, and you are going to get a better result. And if, like I said, if you are not doing it and you are just acting in an advisory capacity, you are going to do that in a better way than not having the knowledge. And anyway, I've never seen anybody where multiple streams of income would hurt. It can only help. And as you grow older, you need something that you can rely on when you retire. So this and the other one initiative that we brought to bear in the year, and we thank God that all of them had come out successfully. And we believe that this will continue to project our institute further. The institute is a continuum. The institute business is a continuum that I'm rounding up on my tenure has nothing to do with all the initiatives that we have established. They're supposed to go further, and my successors will build on it and do other things to add to it. That's how we have been able to build our brand, and it makes us to stand out in society. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks to you, Madam President. You have just reeled out so many beautiful diamonds and gold virtually in desolate land. All this done in 365 days. Luckily, being part of the second annual accountants conference that you alluded to, which took place in 2021, late 2021, not only pulled all those crowds that you mentioned, Dr. Adeshino flying across said he had to come and see the ICAN wonder among so many. This is Ezekwesili, Obi, also a professional colleague and a very good friend of the house. Not to talk about those who are accountants and accountants in Africa calling in. I must say, for you to have been able to do this within an economy at a time, COVID, national economy that's all going down, is a great one. Well, my professional colleagues and friends of ICAN, if you are just joining in, I am reviewing the scorecard of our 57th president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Mrs. Comfort Olu Eyitayo, MNI, FCA. She's been reeling out all her achievements. Please, I'm going to take a breather now, go on a very short video break, and when we come on, we begin to see what makes this woman tick. And in case you saw some of the comments that came in there, you saw SWAN for Friends of the Profession. That stands for Society of Women Accountants of Nigeria. And our Women Society of Accountants of Nigeria is saying to Nigeria, the time for the women has come. And this, based on some of the things that you are hearing tonight, is the time not just to bridge the gender gap or the fact that women, as exemplified by Comfort Olu Eyitayo, Mrs., has demonstrated in a space of 365 days what can happen in Nigeria. We go on a short break now. Please stay on, stay put. We'll be back with you very shortly.
Up-to-date information about chartered accountants.
The ceremony for the investiture of the 57th President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, proceeds with a special council meeting. The final obligation for Mrs. Onome Adewuyi, who bows out as President with a valedictory remark.
When we took over mantle of the leadership, we were very clear on our minds and our agenda to reposition ICAN for greater visibility.
Before a crowd of witnesses from all walks of life, including the Governor of Ogun State, Dapo Abiodun, Mrs. Comfort Eyitayo is formally installed as President of ICAN, becoming the 57th President of the accountancy body.
I present to you the 57th President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, an entrepreneur, a lady of substance, a professional accountant of the highest order, Mrs. Comfort Eyitayo.
Mrs. Eyitayo describes her election as a dream come true and a call to service. She promises to use her new position to confront the challenges facing the profession and Nigeria's economy.
As stakeholders, the Institute will collaborate with the government to evolve better strategies that will address the underlying causes of insecurity. than the mere distribution of material and financial palliatives.
Congratulating the ICAN president, Governor Dapo Abiodun seeks collaboration with the new leadership of ICAN to build the Ogun State economy.
You are welcome back. Some of the snippets of just a few of the happenings within 365 days of our president, our iconic president. Energy, drive, vision, focus. Mrs. Eyitayo, I like to ask you this seeming interesting question. I want an education to our publics especially, and a reminder to our professional colleagues across the globe. What does it mean? And what does it take to be called and address the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria? That is one leg. The second leg will be, since accountancy is a profession that is global, and as president of ICAN, we'd like you to kindly enrich our knowledge here. What are the international accounting bodies that ICAN had to collaborate with to ensure growth and success of an accountancy profession? And what has been the journey so far?
Thank you very much. Let me start with the first question. What does it take, or what does it mean to be the president of a great institute like us, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria? I would say, in all sincerity, that it's an enormous task if you really want to uh, make an impact. It's an enormous task when you think of having to lead 56,000 odd members, as well as other organizations that you have to deal with as stakeholders. Is an enormous task. But I want to look at it from a different angle. I look at it as a privilege, because becoming number one chartered accountant today, I see it as a privilege. It's not that maybe I'm the best of the best. I'm one, like they say, first among equal. And I believe God has been gracious to me for me to reach the pinnacle of my career. But for you to really hold that toga of the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, it means quite a lot. For me, it's an humbling, very humbling effect. And when I look back, I see my forerunners, those that can even be fathers and mothers to me, and they stand to greet me, my president, my president. It is awesome. Of course, it comes with the duties and demand and responsibilities, but it's something for me, I gladly put myself and lend myself to, because you can't just take the good aspects and leave the other side of it. So I try every day, praying to God for me not to let all these that repose so much confidence in me, let them down. And that was the driving force for me. I had to go beyond normal to make sure that I make impact, I add value before I leave the seat, because it's in adding value that we can go higher and higher. I inherit, I inherited, by the grace of God, a good legacy from our fathers and our mothers that went before us, even when things were not as this convenient. They strive to build a veritable, enviable institute for us. And my charge, my personal charge to myself, is that I will do all that it takes within my power, within my ability, not to fail them, not to fail myself, and make sure that this institute does not crack in my hand. So that, for me, in a nutshell, sum up the feeling of what it means to be the president of this great institute. It's a thing of delight, it's a thing of joy, it's a thing of pride, having been able to reach the pinnacle of my professional career. Now, you ask how many international professional organizations that we had to deal with. There are so many. For instance, the world body, which is IFAC, International Federation of Accountants, had about one has about 180 professional accountancy organization under its umbrella. Interestingly enough, ICAN is a founding member of this world body. And to the glory of God, today I'm a council member of that body by virtue of being the president of ICAN. So you can imagine that number of professional organizations that we are exposed to. We are exposed to the resources available from all these professional organizations. Then at the African level, we also belong to a body called PAFA, which is Pan Africa Federation of Accountants. This is at the African level. The first one is the, the world level, the umbrella body. We are also a founding member, of PAFA. Then coming down to West Africa region, we are also a founding member of this region, West Africa regional body, ABUA, Association of Bodies of in West Africa of Accountants. So if you put the totality of this organization and the exposure that it gives to us is enormous. This year, in addition to being the president of, I'm privileged to be the president of ABUA. So the task is further to take care of concerns that relates to the bodies in West Africa, in addition to the national one. So those are the things. Then we belong to a body by being chartered accountant. We also belong to a body that is called Chartered Accountant Worldwide. That is another privilege for our members, because all these bodies that I have mentioned, by virtue of their institute being a member, they are equally members of those bodies. And the good thing about that is that it also enhances our reciprocity drive. That is, to make sure that we collaborate with all these, with some of these organizations being of the same body, so that if our members had to travel or relocate, they do not have to start afresh like they have not studied at all. So we will be able to get some mileage for them, and that is a value add to the certificate in their hand. So I believe that answered the question.
Absolutely, wholesomely. Thank you very much, my president, for shining the light. But you know, Madam President, apart from within Nigeria, uh, we understand, our publics also fully understand that the ICAN has district societies or something similar to their equivalent overseas and in diaspora. Please tell us, in which countries are they located and how are they performing vis-a-vis ICANN's vision and mission?
You mean other district society?
Yes, in the diaspora, overseas and in the diaspora. Yes.
Okay. Just permit me. One other thing I wanted to mention when I was talking of the fact of being the president of ABWA. Recently, we organized a joint congress with ECOWAS, joint congress between ABWA and ECOWAS for all the West African region. Although we had some guests from other African countries, but majorly it's something that is worthy of mention, and that further projects the collaboration has beyond the shores of Nigeria. Now come to the districts in diaspora. We have 5 of such districts. We have the one in UK, we have in USA, we have in Malaysia, we have in Canada, we have in Cameroon. The districts, just like the districts back home, are governed through the bylaw that ICAN gives to its district to guide their operation, so that we have similarity of operation, and for us to maintain focus so that we do not deviate from the set norm for our institute. They are the institute, the district, wherever they are located, are seen to be the image maker for our institute. And the essence of this district is for us to be able to drill down to the grassroots, because being at Idowu Taylor, which is the main head office, we are not going to be able to reach the nook and cranny of Nigeria, talk less in diaspora. But our district societies are our representative, the grassroots representative in all the various aspects, and they are able to bring down the benefits and the contribution that I've spoken to before, that we give through the services that our members render to the society, to their clients, and to the government of wherever they are located. They are all doing well, and like I said, they are bound by the rules and procedures contained in the bylaw. That is our way of ensuring uniformity. That is our way of ensuring that there is no major departure that can cause worries for us. And we
Beautiful.
are about zonal conferences. We also have zonal conferences in all these different countries in diaspora. Just less than a week ago, I came back from Malaysia. I went there to join the Malaysian conference, also interact with other stakeholders there for the reciprocity we are trying to seek. I signed a letter of intent to start that process there on behalf of the institute. And likewise, early in the presidential year, we had the US International District Conference. We had that of Canada, that was virtual this year. And then that of the UK was in March. So these are things that we do regularly to make sure that we touch base and know the progress they are making. And we also have a new addition through induction and also elevation from associate level to fellowship status for all these districts. So whatever we are doing here in Nigeria, our districts in diaspora are also mirroring.
Awesome. Beautiful. Home and abroad. Madam President, I dare say your scorecard is still looking very, very green, and more to also review as we go on. We'll go on a very short break, and then when we come back, say to our online listeners, Madam President still has a lot to unveil. Don't run away. We'll be back with you very shortly.
May I request all inductees to raise your right hands to take the oath of allegiance by saying after me. When I say I, you put your name and then repeat other words after me. I do solemnly swear that I will bear true allegiance to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, that as Chartered Accountant, I will perform my duties and fulfill my obligations to the Institute and my current or future employers honestly, faithfully, and in accordance with the ICAN Act and the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will abide by the regulations and rules of professional conduct for chartered accountants and refrain from acts that will bring the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and the accountancy profession into disrepute. So help me God. By the powers conferred on me by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN Act number 15 of 1965, as well as the authority vested in me by the Governing Council of the Institute, I now admit you all into the membership of accountancy profession. Congratulations to you all once again. I formally welcome you to the membership of an exciting profession and wish you every success in your future career. Thank you. God bless you all.
Awesome. Real awesome, Madam Comfort Olu Eyitayo. As I watched that induction as a communicator and public affairs analyst, I can never, those young people being inducted will ever forget that under your watch within 365 days, not only did you reach out to some of them that came superbly excellent in their exams, you wrote a personal letter to them, and then another that was affected somehow, unfortunately, was killed. You also wrote a personal letter to that family. How awesome that could have been. Madam, please, let's come back home in a little while. Because, like they say, charity begins at home. Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria also belongs to Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, like my friend and brother Olari is putting across. Because apart from ICAN, clearly we have professional bodies like Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, we have Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, of course we have Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, etc., etc. My question is this: do you, as presidents or leaders of these professional bodies, do you have a common forum where you meet to specifically discuss Nigeria? If yes, could you tell us some of the achievements that we've gathered from there? And if no, what is your recommendation or suggestion?
Thank you very much. Yes, we do have, like you have rightly identified, APBN, the Association of Professional Bodies in Nigeria, is is the umbrella body for all professionals in Nigeria, the professional bodies in Nigeria. All professional registered bodies in Nigeria are free to join this body, and they are members of this body. They do meet regularly. They have retreat about the profession, collaborations between the organizations as well as Nigeria, and issues pertaining to our economy. The is regular, and they even have the young arm of this. So the body is doing very well. Of course, there's always, but the body is doing very well. We have a president very dynamic, an issue bordering on the nation, Nigeria, getting across economy, politics. We discuss all, especially as it affects us as professional bodies.
Mm,
For instance, when the issue particular from head of service regarding the entry level to the civil service and the professional one that is now discountenancing professionalism. These are things that we put on the front burner to engage and further educate and plead with the policymakers to see the error in this decision. We had to discuss amongst ourselves, and as a body, we have the APBN as the rallying point and focal point for all professionals. And even the politics, we believe it's high time that the political class should give credence to professionals, not in terms of running for office or something, but when policies are to be drawn up, when policies are to be made, the input from these professionals are germane, and that we are also set to encourage those in power to embrace. Of course, we are not shying away from politics. The individual body may be apolitical, but we encourage our members, just like in ICAN. ICAN is apolitical. We are non-partisan, but we encourage our members that have the drive and the desire to go into politics, because you have to be there to be able to contribute. So those are the things that I can say individually and collectively we undertake in that body, and every president of each professional body is an automatic member of APBN.
Thank you very much, madam. We are really proud of you. But when it gets on this stage, Madam President, I'm not going to let you off lightly. And I will have to ask you this question very directly. You and I know that going back to our roots, our basic roots, that the books have to balance. There must be accountability, there must be reconciliation. Well, here on earth, and perhaps in heaven. Madam President, there have been allegations of abuse of public trust by officers superintending our public accounts. It was a local government, state, and federal levels in Nigeria. My question to you, Madam President, how worried is ICAN, and what specific steps has ICAN taken to ensure that qualified professional accountants are rightly appointed and erring professional accountants are punished in accordance with the law?
Thank you very much. Like they say, in every maybe basket of eggs, you have one or two that will be rotten. And this is not just in accountancy or accounting profession. It cuts across all profession and all facets of life. I think individual character plays a lot in this equation, because there's so much you can say, there's so much you can preach, and there's so much you can teach. But as they say, comb a dog, wash a dog remains a dog. If somebody is what would I say, have that corrupt tendency, or practices as part of inbuilt character, it will always surface, regardless of the profession. But to come back to the institute, you ask, is the institute worried? Of course, we are concerned that we should not have some of those bad eggs relating to us. But like I said, it cut across all spheres of life. What measures we have taken as an institute is to institute a disciplinary process, which is working, which has been adjudged to be standard enough, because starting from the investigation aspect, which through the investigation panel, if there's any member that is petitioned, will first give the fair hearing. You come through the investigation panel. If you are found wanting and there is a merit in that allegation, then it goes to the tribunal. The disciplinary tribunal is equivalent of a high court of the nation. And the procedures in that tribunal is the same as in the court. Those that are being tried, we have the liberty to bring their lawyers. We also have legal representation on the part of the institute. The president sits as a judge, but knowing that we are not technical, we also have an assessor that advises us on the points of law. So this is something we do regularly. At a minimum, in this tenure, I sit once in a month, and we treat all these matters without fear or favor. We do not look at anybody's eyes. We address matter the way it's supposed to be addressed, and if it's to be compared to any law court, there will be no difference. So to that extent, we are doing that, and God forbid, if any member is found culpable, that member would have to be severely punished, even up to the extent of withdrawing the certificate such member labored night and day for. And I think that fear alone has kept our members in check, knowing that if you are found wanting, the certificate can be withdrawn. And we do not stop at that. We do not stop at delisting any member. We go ahead and publish, so that the public will know that truly we walk our talk. So that disciplinary procedure we do not toy with. We hold it with all due respect to the letter, but as well as making sure that all parties are given fair hearing.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Madam President, not because your name is Comfort, I like to say that friends of the profession, so very comfortable to hear that we hold no back when it comes to things to do with discipline. And Mr. President actually mentioned that to you, to your hearing, that if you could have the kind of discipline of members of the Institute, and if all stakeholders, including the National Assembly, could continue to listen to us, we will go places. I want to give you just 2 seconds, madam, to give us your final words on your scorecard. Just 2 seconds more.
Well, like I said, to the glory of God, we have been able to deliver all the promises that we made in June 1st, 2021, when I was sworn in. It is not by power, it's not by might, but by the special grace of God. I am happy, I feel fulfilled that this has come to be. I've made my own modest contribution to impact positively on my institute and members. And I will still be there by the grace of God to continue to contribute more. The institute have my unalloyed loyalty and service anytime, any day. But my charge to my professional colleague is that we should keep the banner flying higher and make sure that we live true and true to the ethos of our profession of integrity and accuracy at all times.
Super. Madam President, in the close to about 1 year of your birthing of ICAN on Air, we have received accolades for your uncommon vision and your vivid mission. ICAN on Air is not going away after you, from what we are seeing. And what is your final word to the ICAN on Air, the team, and the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria?
ICAN on Air should go on and even get stronger. Like every initiative that is of the Institute, it's not personal to Mrs. Eyitayo or any president, it's the Institute's program. It should continue. We should encourage it to become something bigger. Actually, at the inception, when I conceptualized this idea of our own TV station, but for fund, let's start here. And it's even meeting the same purpose. So I want to encourage all and sundry. We have slot for adverts. Please let us join hands to hold what belongs to us and be proud and to continue to make it to excel stronger and stronger by the day.
Excellent.
By the grace of God.
So much comforting words. We'll have to thank you, my iconic president, on your scorecard. And I'd like to also thank our online participants. We go on a very short break now. And then when we come back, we'll do a wrap-up. We've been given a little extension, a few minutes on this special program. We'll do a wrap-up. Please don't go away. You begin to see what makes the Institute of Chartered Accountants tick. Hang on, we'll be back shortly.
Milestone in the history of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN. I am particularly delighted that we are all here to witness the commissioning of the ICAN BOI Innovation Plus Hub, an outcome of the collaboration between ICAN and the Bank of Industry that started some 10 months ago. You can only imagine the joy in my heart today. And truly, I can tell you, this is perhaps the only day that I felt this happy after my wedding. For so many reasons, and I'm being sincere. For this dream to come to fruition, for the God-sent man to buy into this vision, for him making it possible to achieve this vision. And to top it all, to be here personally, I wasn't expecting him to be here personally. My joy knows no bounds.
Not only the joys of Madam President, but the joy of all youths and aspiring youths and professionals in this country. It was indeed a momentous moment when the ICAN BOI Innovation Hub, located at our annex office at Ebutemeta, came to me. I was there and I noticed it and I couldn't help but smile. So thank you, Madam President. Thank you, BOI. Thank you to every member of council who have decided to join hands to take our profession to the next level. And thank you to my editorial team for this slight extension on our time to give this our iconic president a time to respond, and we've seen all green. Up ICAN, up Swan, up Nigeria. Our next ICAN on air offering will be what should have happened today, but which I just shifted to Tuesday, May 31, 2022. Time and venue remains 6 p.m. West African time and on all ICAN online media. YouTube, Facebook. You want to tell somebody else, to bring yet another person to join you, to come and drink from the tap that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria has given openly and freely by way of disseminating knowledge plus wisdom onto our society. The topic still remains professional accountants in the political space. You heard that right? Yes, professional accountants in the political space. Our guest remains Olalere Babashola, MSc, FCA. His stellar career peaks on his assuming the exalted position of the Executive General Manager and Government Relations for the whole of the upstream subsidiary of Total Energies in Nigeria. Was there managing relationships with the various arms of government before opting out for an early retirement after 29 glorious years of service, unblemished. He is an active member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria's Intergovernmental Relations Committee. He brings to bear a robust experience in upstream energy sector in Nigeria and how to play clean, professional, value-add politics to our nation. And so, I will leave you with my snippets of quotes as I usually do. And I begin to quote. Even in the face of challenges that I have faced in my career journey, I have learned to make the best use of every circumstance. I see challenges as opportunities to prove my mettle and use any form of stumbling blocks as stepping stones for greater achievements. End of quote. That is attributable to Mrs. Comfort Olu Eyitayo, MNI, CFA, CFE, FCA, our 57th President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, whose stellar tenure comes to a close anytime from now, handing the battle on to other professionals who will breast and assure you the tape. And like I always say, you be the change that you always like to see. And so, the sun sets on a special program of ICAN on Air today to arise again Tuesday, May 31st, 2022, 6 p.m. West African time. Make sure you join us then. Well, until then, I remain Akin Fatunke, your anchor, ICAN on Air series. Bye for now.